Hey, I'm Blair Best. Tonight on The Story, we're taking you back to Portland City Hall for the first City Council meeting of 2025. And there's a lot to talk about because not only is it the first session of the new year, it's the first city meeting under the new form of government where all 12 city councilors are sitting in chambers together for the first time.
You know, I think everybody has some jitters today.
Yes, my office is cute.
I'm excited that we are here.
We checked in with councilors from each district and got an update from Mayor Keith Wilson on Portland's homeless crisis. It's our big story tonight. Inside a packed Portland City Hall, dozens poured into council chambers and past heavy security to get a good look at Portland's 12 new councilors on day one.
This is a huge moment for Portland.
For the first time in more than 100 years, the city of Portland is broken up into 4 districts, each represented by 3 councilors. We caught up with some of them on their first day.
I hope to be a voice for the dispossessed. That is what I feel like I have built my entire political career on, and I'm here to fight for them.
It's knowing that your words matter, that they carry weight. I think there's a seriousness in that is on the minds of all of us.
I mean, I think, of course, if you don't have any anxiety, then you're not being realistic. We're going to be dealing with a really difficult budget year, and we're going to be making hard decisions. But I also think that as long as we're being guided by community, then we're going to be okay.
So it's really important that we remember we're nonpartisan, and that we should listen to the people who pay the taxes here, not the people who are paid to talk to us.
To start off Thursday's meeting, a poem.
You do not need to be fully formed to go fully forward. So forward, oh forward, go.
First up on the agenda, amending some new council rules.
Colleagues, this is a housekeeping item.
Which was quickly interrupted by technical difficulties.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. We need to take a brief recess to troubleshoot an audio issue that we're having.
About 30 minutes later, Mayor-elect Keith Wilson sat front row as council struggled to agree on who should be council president, a role that carries the power to decide on council agendas, what gets discussed and when. A 7-vote majority was needed, but after numerous attempts came to a 6-6 tie, a motion to have Mayor Wilson make the tie-breaking call caused some to bristle.
And I think it's completely inappropriate to try to adjust the rules in any way to have the mayor have a say on who our leaders are.
I've been told from everybody here that we want to work together and kumbaya and be in good faith. And now I feel a little bit ambushed about this decision, if I can be very frank.
After several rounds of votes and 15-minute breaks, Elana Pirtle-Guiney was selected for president and Tiffany Koyama-Lane will be vice president.
I have a lot of experience working with community. I have a lot of experience writing policy. I have worked with working people for my entire career, and I'm hoping to be able to bring that all to both help us tackle the challenges that we face in the city as a whole and also help tackle some of the issues that District 2 specifically is struggling with.
I view this position as someone that's able to spend some time organizing this group, someone who's going to spend time thinking about the health of us as a body of 12.
And it wouldn't be a day in City Hall if the issue of homelessness didn't come up, with County Chair Jessica Vega-Peterson stopping by.
All of us know that we cannot solve the homelessness crisis fast enough.
Across the hall from council chambers, the leaders of the city and county gave an update on their response to the crisis.
I will say Mayor Wilson, and it feels very good to call you Mayor Wilson, has been clear about adding to our shelter strategy right away.
On January 7th, 200 overnight shelter beds will open for the next 90 days, costing the county and city a combined $750,000 from existing budgets.
We should not let Portlanders suffer and die on the streets. That's not Portland. That's not who we are. That is not our values.
Mayor Wilson confirmed Portland will continue to send taxpayer dollars to the county-run Joint Office of Homeless Services.
Yeah, that's a commitment. You know, I had mentioned that over the course of the election. Chair Vega-Peterson and her team have worked so hard on that. It is not perfect, but it's 80%. It's easier to fix the 20% than throwing the whole thing out and starting a whole new restructure. We don't have time to start from scratch.
Now, it is worth noting when council is voting on ordinances or city policy, Mayor Wilson will have the tie-breaking vote if councilors are tied. But since the election of a council president was deemed a council decision by the city attorney, they had to figure it out for themselves. Now, because our show is unlike any other in the market, I want to go back to that heated debate around this decision. It all started after they reached the first tie, and Loretta Smith, councilor for District 1 in East Portland, challenged the city attorney and wanted to pass a motion to give Mayor Keith Wilson the power to break that tie, which at the time was between councilors Candace Avalos and Olivia Clark.
I have a question in terms of procedure. Looking in the charter, it says if the council has a tie on vote for council president, the mayor must use his power and responsibility to break tie votes.
For the record, Robert Taylor, city attorney, thank you for the question. It is very important, as well as the answer. For that reason, I have prepared an analysis on this vote to elect the council president. The charter reserves that decision solely to the 12 members who are present.
That is your assessment and your recommendation, your legal counsel, but it does not reflect what is in the current charter.
I believe that the analysis we have provided does reflect the requirement of the charter.
I will push back on the thought that just because we didn't know before, that ignorance of the law and the charter is no excuse for us not to follow the charter as it is stated in the charter. So I would like to be able to finish this vote and be able to take the vote.
All right, now as you might guess, the vibe in the room has changed. You could really start to feel the tension between Councilor Smith and the city attorney, and then other councilors began to chime in. Listen.
I was under the impression that the mayor would not be part of this vote, same as your analysis. So thank you for providing that for us. But additionally, I think that we as a council body have really been trying to work well together in order to, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna ask the city attorney to continue to look for it. I think that as a body, we've been trying to be transparent with one another and work in good faith. And the fact that this has not come up until now, I find very frustrating.
The spirit of this, I am strongly against. Thank you.
I believe that a game of paper, scissors, rock is a more suitable and respectful way of resolving such an issue than one.
So numerous recesses were called during this process, and between those and the pauses for all the technical issues, the day really started to drag. But they eventually reached a majority vote of 7 councilors. Those who had originally voted for Olivia Clark switched their vote to Pirtle-Guiney. Now throughout this, we could already start to see the groups or the cliques forming on council, something to keep an eye on moving forward. And personally, honestly, the day started off hopeful. Felt like this could be some smooth sailing because of the optimism over the past few months. But that was quickly met with a dose of reality when they tried to vote for a president, their very first major order of business. All right, so what are your takeaways from day one of this new city council? Were they as you expected? Any surprises? Let us know. Email the story at kgw.com or call and leave a voicemail 503-226-5090.